ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
Good morning, Raider Nation. How are you guys doing this morning? This is Tuesday morning, exactly a day before June 1st. But also, here's another thing for you. Da 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 da. It is 100 days until kickoff. Today is 100 days until we get the kickoff of the season, you guys. 100 days, and that's it. Then we get to see the season start off with the Raiders. Well, we don't start off on Thursday night, but you already know when we go slap the shit out the Chargers, ain't gonna be no motherfucking excuses. You dig what I'm saying? 100 days, y'all. We got 100 days, and that's it. Countdown. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Robert Pena in the house as usual. Thank you, my guy. Man, I appreciate you always supporting, man. For real, for real. We got 2 red rings in the house. Thank you for pulling up, my guy. Salute to you. Fear of the Nation is in the house. Tubby Child is in the house. Yes, Persian Raider is in the house. Michael Guerrero, what is up with you, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for pulling up. We're going to get into some stuff today, boy. We are 1 day away from June Uno. June Uno. June 1st is coming tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Now you slap. Let's get that shit going. You feel me? Let me get a Raiders in the chat, y'all. Come on now. Come on. I know y'all are getting excited. Gravy Top Shelf Oils, my guy. It's always a pleasure to have you here on Raiders Allegiance. My guy, for real, for real. Good morning to you. For real. Man, I am juiced. I am juiced. I am juiced. Yes, I am. One more motherfucking day, and we're going to start understanding exactly what it is we're going to do with this cap space. You know what I mean? There's a lot of speculation going on. There's a lot of anticipation for what is going to happen. There's names being tossed around. There's extensions being discussed, as we talked about yesterday. You feel me? What is the deal? What is the deal? That's that Raider shit. Raiders! Gotta get it early in the morning for y'all. Yes, indeed. I hope your coffee is hot and your breakfast is warm, because tomorrow is June 1st, and that's the calm before the storm. Damn, I got bars. God damn it, I got bars. I got bars. I got bars on top of bars. Let's go. Let's go. You already know, man. It's we in the mix. We in the mix. We in the mix with something. Something's going down. And as we always say, we will know once they let it be known. So we can do all the guessing and speculation and opinions and what we should do and all that other good shit, man. Hey, it's going down though. It's going down. One thing I want to get into, I'm hearing good things about Alex Leatherwood at right tackle. He is getting his just due. He's getting reps at right tackle, and they say he looks good. It's just OTAs. It's not a live action game, not even preseason. But any positivity you can get out of this is good. But that still is not saying if the Raiders are still in play come tomorrow in the June 2nd, for Darrell Williams, the free agent right tackle that left Buffalo. Now, that is something I would really like to see happen, but it's going to come down to financials as far as what is Daryl Williams' asking price and what are we capable of signing him to. Like I said yesterday, we have the advantage of being able to have no state income tax to figure into the contract. So we can pretty much give him, if we want to match, well, not match because there's nobody giving him a contract yet. We can give him a deal that he can walk away after taxes with more money with us than he will with another team in a state that carries a state income tax. Hands down, we can match that contract and he'll still walk away with more, or we can offer him a little less and still match whatever the other team is offering, going by the state income tax of that state. So we discussed that yesterday. As far as Ndamukong Suh, there was a rumor floating on Twitter. I don't know if this is true or not, but they said that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Raiders are still in play for Ndamukong Suh, and the Browns are out. Now, I don't know if this is what I'm hearing, what I read. I'm not exactly sure where the source is coming from, but they said from a source, it is between the Raiders and Tampa Bay. Don't hold me to this. This is not my this is not my information. This is not my contact giving me this shit. This is what I'm reading, and I'm passing it on to the fans just in case you guys have not read this or heard. But they said that Tampa Bay is going to sit back and wait and see how everything falls into play before they even make an offer or whatnot. Is that true? I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. But this is what I heard. So I'm just passing it on. If this is true, that is good news because it means that we are interested in Ndamukong Suh. I have not heard anything. All you hear is speculation, but that's what the news is, you know what I mean, as far as our standpoint goes. The other thing is, let me get this up for you guys because I just seen that lids now have, yes, I'm throwing the swag out there, the Raider swag. Even though I'm not getting a check for this shit, but hey, stay fly in your Raider gear and I'm helping y'all out with this shit. So lids is carrying the 2022 New Era NFL training camp official 3930 flex hat in camo. It's a nice looking hat. I'm about to bring this up for you guys. Just so you can check it out. Like I said, Lids does have it, but it's a New Era hat, and all the teams have it for their training camp. So I know a lot of us want to stay fly with our shield. Here's another way of doing so. So let me go ahead and pop this up real quick, just so you can see what it look like. And hell, it's at your discretion if you want to go cop it or not. But it's got the shield. It's clean to me, but I like flat bill hats. This is not, but I'm about to bring this over for you guys to be able to see. So we're going to share the screen. Bam, bam. Here it is. This is the new Raiders 2022 training camp 3930 flex hat camo for the Raiders. So this is what they just released these for all the teams. All the teams are in camo with the team colors, but I think that's kind of dope. That gray, black, and white camo, that shit's dope to me. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of dope for me, for real. But if you guys want to cap it, snow camo for real. If you like it, lids, you can go online and hit them up. I think the retail on that is like 37 something. But hey, there's some more Raider swag. We got to represent the shield regardless. And I know a lot of we all are into our hats. I got a gang of hats. Like, like bam and bam and bam. You know what I mean? And that's just a few of them. I got Halloween hats, 4th of July hats. I got all that shit, Raider shit, man. But I'm just putting that out there for you guys so, we can take that off the screen now. Now we're back with the Raiders Allegiance, Lunatic Raider doing this shit early in the morning. You know what I mean? The morning show. Nigga, what? MA5 in the house. What it do? Thank you for pulling up, man. Oh, yeah. The colors are on point. Hey, that's a dope hat, man. I think I might have to go ahead and shell out a few dollars for one. You feel me? And bust out the snow camo shorts. Ooh, with a white Raider jersey? What? Come on now. Man, that shit is dope as fuck. That shit is fire. You just got the all white fitted with the with the white shield. That's clean as shit, Fear the Nation. For real. For real. Hey, I'm telling you, if you guys ever, I'm gonna tell you where to get the hats, like by the quantity. I mean, I'm telling you, all different colors and shit. If you come out to Vegas, go into the Miracle Mile Mall, go into Lids in there. They got everything. I should go grab this other hat, but I don't worry about it. I got the brown and green camo Raiders hat. It's all brown with the green logo, but underneath the bill is camo. Yes, indeed. I had to flip it. I'm gonna flip some other shit too, though. But yes, indeed. Man, hey, they got some fire ass Raider shit, man. For real. Yes, thank you, Persian Raider. You guys, if this is your first time here, please hit the like and subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask of you. It doesn't cost a dime. It just takes time to just click, and that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you, Persian, for hitting that up for everybody, man, for real. I'm putting in work for real, baby. I'm putting in work. Yeah, so like I said, we got 100 days until kickoff. 1 day before June 1st, we got the new training camp 3930 camo fitted hats released, looking fly as shit. You know what I mean? Raiders is doing their thing. Leatherwood is doing his thing at right tackle. From what they're saying at camp, they said this. Hey, he busted his ass this all season. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna let me find some footage on. Have y'all seen the footage on Leatherwood this all season? Him training on his footwork. Oh my God, this dude is not bullshitting. Navy Vet 44. Hey, thank you for pulling up, my guy. I appreciate you. I really appreciate your time of being here with me this morning. I'm gonna go find this motherfucking video of Leatherwood because I was impressed. And that just shows me the kind of heart and mindset this young guy got. I know his first season wasn't the greatest, but you got to understand the things that he struggled with are things that can be corrected. As far as the false starts, the holding, that's going to be typical of a rookie. You know what I mean? He's on a grander scale than compared to college at Alabama. The people he's going up against, the talent he's going up against is upper echelon compared to college, where only a college team might have a handful of professional prospects, while an NFL team are all professionals. You know what I mean? So Colton Miller went through the same growing pains. We must not forget that. Do not omit Colton Miller's struggle his rookie year. He went through it. Offensive line is, I'm telling you, it's different than running a route at wide receiver. You know what I mean? Playing fucking running back. It's different. It's especially playing left tackle. Colton Miller did. Now you got Leatherwood playing right. Let him gather himself and get his bearings about himself, and let him get coached up by Lombardi and them. You know what I mean? And bring out the best in this guy. For him to go out here and bust his ass in all season shows me a whole lot. It shows me he really wants to be successful at that position. And you got to take hats off to him. He's not bullshitting. He's out there competing, trying to win a starting job, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to do that. So with that being said, let me see if I can get His training, man, oh my God, this dude, he was working fast footwork is what he was, because that's all he really got to do. He has to be quick enough to get to these defensive ends and keep them from bending the edge on them, swim moving them, get stronger upper body. And I think Leatherwood is on the right track, to be honest with you. Let's see. Alex Leatherwood workout. So I'm going to show you. Let me get this guy's. I don't want to get nobody else's film footage of this dude, but we gonna bring this in. We gonna see this shit, and then you let me know what you guys think.
Best way to make money online that
Shut the fuck up. You let me know what you think of what you've seen. Does this shows you the heart of this guy and the mindset of him getting great? Who the fuck is this motherfucker on here? Oh no. Yeah, they're showing a plethora. They got that word again, y'all. They're showing a plethora of offensive linemen training at the same place. Let me see. Before I bring it up, I gotta show y'all, man. Hey, Leatherwood has been putting in. He's been putting in the work, y'all. I can't deny it. And I'm gonna show you guys once I can find out where at on this film. I don't, like I said, I don't want to show just anybody footage. Let's go all season. We want the all season workout. But yeah, man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed of what I'm hearing about the offensive line as a whole unit, how they're taking responsibility. As far as there was a couple of faux pas on the offensive linemen during these OTAs, and they took it upon themselves to run laps because they know what's expected of them. They cannot have mental lapses, brain farts, you know what I mean? In layman terms, brain farts, mental lapses, they cannot have that. We have to keep, like I said, we have to keep Carr clean and upright in order for this offense to work in a fashion that it's supposed to under McDaniel's system. So that's all we have to do. And I think we have the guys to do the shit. You know what I mean? I really do. Yes, indeed. There is accountability. And it's good to see your own guys take it upon themselves to correct their wrongs and punish themselves for not doing the correct thing that is expected of them. That's beautiful. That means, and McDaniel said this in his conference interview, he was like, it was good. He does not have to tell them. They took it upon themselves to do the laps. You know what I mean? They got to teach themselves what they're supposed to be doing. The coach can yell at you over and over again. Doesn't mean you're going to get it unless you tell yourself to get it. So that was like, that was beautiful to hear that, man. That was very beautiful to hear that. Let me find this Leatherwood workout so you guys can see what I seen. And then, oh man, that's not it. They acting like they didn't want to post this. They act like they took the motherfucker off of motherfucking. You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, 3.5, but we knowing his time of release is going to be shorter. I think last year was what, 2.5 was his average of release time, holding the ball 2.5 seconds. But 3.5, if our line can give him 3.5, it is a wrap. It is over. It is over. He's going to pick the fuck out of any defense, whether they're going to Adams, Renfro, Waller, or whoever's going to play number 2. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, if an offensive line can give a quarterback 3.5 seconds, it's over. Go ahead and get you the black suit on. We're all black because we going to some defense's funeral. You know what I mean? We're going to a funeral for real. Because they're going to get killed. Man, hey, for real. Hey, you make a perfect good point. For real, Fear the Nation. For real. Exactly. Hey, Dominique 5, you're correct. Everybody that did service for the military, hey, thank you. Those who are fallen, because I do have family members that were in the service and are no longer here, whether it was the Air Force, Marines, and Army. Man, thank them. You know what I mean? Thank them for sacrificing the greatest sacrifice you can sacrifice for this country. You know what I mean? And since yesterday was Memorial Day, man, we have to honor those fallen, and that represented the red, white, and blue for real. Shout out to Dominique 5 for pulling up. Navy Vet 44. Hey, it's a wrap that much time. Hey, 3.5 seconds, we already know. Here, I'm about to drop a bar for you. I'm about to drop a bar for you. Here we go. Y'all ready? 3.5 seconds, it's a wrap. Not the 16 bar kind, but the permanent nap. I still got it. Woo! 3.5 seconds, it's a wrap. Not the 16 bar kind, but the permanent nap. Your boy still got it, y'all. Hey, my back. Hey, I used to do them bars for real. I just retired from this shit, that's all. Oh my God, for real. Look at Persian. Hey, for real though. I got them bars though. I got the bars for real on deck. Damn, I want to get that fucking Leatherwood workout, dude. I can't find it. They got other people talking about it. But like I said, I don't want to pull their video. You know what? I think I got it on here. I just got to go through it and go through the other offensive linemen that they all had at this place, the facility that was helping them train and work. And Leatherwood was one of them. So I'm telling you, he's taking the initiative to improve his craft. And I cannot knock that. I can't knock that. That's that for a second-year player. And we know how much we've been on his ass, how much we've been on him about, they get him off a tackle, put him at guard. And this dude, rather than fold and go into the corner and sulk and cry in the car, he said, F that. I'm about to go bust my ass and become the best right tackle they've seen. Hey, let's see. We're going to see on the field for real. For real. Look at Fear the Nation. I got bars for sale. But for real though, let me find. Let's see, Leatherwood is on here too. Let me get this blown up. I should go ahead and just play the whole fucking thing, but this motherfucker might be 24 hours long. I'm over exaggerating, y'all. It ain't 24 hours long. But Leatherwood is out in this bitch doing his thing. Let me take off the. Yeah, they're
when we do these, even when we press away.
In Dallas, Texas, is where they were at.
Rib cage down, belly button to spine. All right. Same thing as if we were taking on a bull rush. We don't want to really have a big chest here. We want to be able to create that force to redirect force back up. All right. O-line Masterminds is a ground up approach.
But yeah, they're talking about everybody, man. I'm not gonna go waste time going through that. But trust me, the shit that I seen from Leatherwood, impressive. He was working on foot speed, but they're also working on upper body strength as well. Get that punch. You know, that punch that them offensive linemen need? Yes, they've been working on that with the medicine ball and all that shit. So, hey, hopefully it pays dividends on the field. And I think it will, though. I think it truly will. Yeah, man. Hey, let's get into. Hey, let's talk about June 1st, y'all. We talked about it yesterday, but I was having conversations with my guy Sean Johnson. Salute to Sean Johnson. Hitting me up in messages on Instagram, and we're going back and forth, kicking numbers and contracts, and you know what I mean. And people are wondering, like, you know, the contract extension negotiations with Darren Waller, right? We don't know the numbers. We're not going to know it until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, and they let the public know. But we're guessing that you could probably get him for $14 million a year by duplicating Njoku's contract with Cleveland Browns. That makes sense. But we went over yesterday that Ohio does have a 4.79 state income tax in the higher bracket, which he will be. So he's basically forking over 5% of his salary to the state. Whereas in Nevada, you're keeping 5%. So you can either sign Renfro at 14 mil, like they did in Njoku, and he'll still walk away with more money, or you can give him about 13 point something million, and he can walk away with the same amount of Njoku at 14 mil. So there's two ways of doing that. You know what I mean? You can go ahead and match it at 14 mil. He'll walk with more, just slightly more, probably right under $1 million more, probably 700 and something thousand. But still, that's 700,000 more than fucking Njoku's getting and walking away with. You know what I mean? So it can be done. So we're looking at I'm guessing about a 14 million per year type deal like Njoku. I'm looking at Renfro at about 13 million a year. So that's 27. We only have about 25, but it all depends on what money Waller and Renfro get in year one. See, next year I'm fine because with the people under the 1-year contracts that we have, right now the salary cap is $208 million. Next year, after this season, we will only have $116 million committed to the cap. And that's at 208. I will bet my bottom dollar that this salary cap will jump up to about, I say 230 next year. Usually on average on good seasons, and I know this year is going to be bringing a lot of money because now we're pretty much to the point where I know in Nevada, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to be vaccinated to go ahead and get into the game. So that's going to open it up for a lot of people coming to the games. You know what I mean? So a lot of fanfare, a lot of television views. All this is going to happen. A lot of people are excited this year because of the musical chairs of athletes and players that go from one team to the other, such as us, the Raiders, getting Devontae Adams from Green Bay, Chandler Jones from Arizona, Rock Ya-Sin from the Colts, Jacob Johnson from the Patriots, and the list goes on. And then you got Denver getting Russell Wilson from Seattle, Khalil Mack going to the Chargers with J.C. Jackson. All that gets people like excited. Jacksonville, lowest man on the totem pole, spent a lot of money in free agency to get their fan base excited. You know what I mean? So they're excited. So they're going to go buy tickets, buy jerseys, supporting all, you know what I mean? All these players they went and signed. A lot of movement is going to cause a lot of fans to be in a frenzy and be excited to support the team. So there's going to be money generated. You got the Amazon Thursday Night Football that they're paying for the next 11 years for $1 billion a year, from what they're saying. That's going to generate capital to go under the caps. So usually on average, you get $20 million a year in the cap when you're doing good in the NFL. See, don't forget, just before this season, last year, we were at 180 something because they went back 20 million. They took 20 million off the cap to go ahead and satisfy the fact that there was no tickets being sold 2 years ago in arenas because of C-19. But now that we're getting over the hump of that, now is going to open up a whole lot of financial and currency flow within the NFL. A lot more people at the games, concessions, jerseys, you know what I mean? Buying tickets to the game, watching it on TV. If you get a whole lot of viewership on TV, then you get those channels who are airing it also will get a lot of potential. Well, not potential. They'll work out a deal of getting sponsorships, whether it's beer company, shaving cream, food, travel. A lot of sponsorships is going to spend money to get their commercials during that time slot during NFL games. It is a very, very lucrative business that this NFL generates. So the money goes to the teams, which expands the cap. So I'm thinking of they expect next year to be about 218 million. Hold on. Let me see what the projected NFL cap for 2023 is. And then I'm going to tell you what I think. What is the projected cap for the NFL for 2023?
According to The Athletic, based on that upward trajectory,
Now
the
listen.
cap is expected to approach pre-pandemic expectations, perhaps $220 million to $225 million by 2023.
220 to 225. I'll up it. I'll say 230. I think there will be an increase of $22 million per the cap. So therefore, that's why when we're talking about contracts, not only, and let's not talk about the cap next year being 230. I'll factor that in a minute. Just pay attention to the fact that we only have 116 million dedicated to the cap next season. If the cap goes to 230, listen, if the cap goes to 230, that means we will have $114 million next year under the cap. 114. So what can you do with 114? That's when your extension. That's where every extensions, like the newer extensions, because like I said, the cap is factoring in the Carr extension, the Max Crosby extension, the money Colton Miller's getting, the money Chandler Jones is getting. All that money's factored in. There's only 116 million committed next year because there's a whole shitload of free agents that will not be under contract with us next year. We took care of the guys we needed to take care of. And with that 114 next year, if the cap goes to 230, then you take that, you go ahead, now you give that to Waller, Renfro. Their shit'll kick in next year. There's a whole shitload of money for them to get paid from it. You know what I mean? The only thing that this cap matters this year is what we do this year. How much do we have to spend on Waller this year in a new deal? Is he going to take a lower hit this year and then the money kicks in next year? Like Carr. Carr's only getting 19 million, but we know his shit kicks in next year. You know what I mean? Kenyon Drake and watch this. Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs contracts are up after this year. You know how much money that frees up? Let's see. Kenyon Drake is 3.8 million and fucking Josh Jacobs is what he's making this year is 3.7. So you're looking at $7.5 million is what you're getting back from those two not under contract. That's why I said we went and got the next in line with Zamir White and Britton Brown. Because those two together are only going to make probably 1.4 million, if not less. I'm guessing because I didn't see Britton Brown's contract. I couldn't find it. But Josh Jacobs is not Josh Jacobs, but Zamir White is only making $705,000 this season. That's where the other money comes from. If you trade Josh Jacobs post June 1st, you're only going to bring in 2 point something million. Same thing for Kenyon Drake, another 2 point something, because the other part of that contract, the 1 point something million, is dead cap money. If you trade them, not cut them, trade them post June 1st. We get more money back this year if we need it. But that's only if you're sure Zamir White and Britton Brown is ready to take over the reins at running back for those two spots that right now Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs is doing. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of movement that this team still can do. Like Clelan Farrell. If you trade Clelan Farrell after June 1st, that frees up $4 million. He's scheduled to make, is it 8 or 9 Hold on. I'm telling you, we were talking about this shit earlier, man, and there's more money they can free up just by trades. And there's going to be trades that happen in August to get down to the 53. It happens all the time. Rather than a team releasing it, they're going to try to trade them to get something back in return rather than cutting them and letting them just walk and not get anything. So if you can trade, I don't care if Clelan Farrell goes for a 7th or 6th round pick, you still free up $4 million this year, this cap. You see what I mean? But you would want to get more back, as much as you can get back from Clelan Farrell if you do trade him, because he might not have a place in the starting lineup. And why would you give somebody $8-9 million who's not in there regularly? You know what I mean? That's why I'm looking at the numbers. A lot of times it does not have to do with their performance, because a lot of times there's like Clelan Farrell. He's solid. He's not a Pro Bowler, but he gives you stats. You know what I mean? Not the greatest stats, but he gives it to you. He can fill a role of coming in and rotation and depth. But why would you spend $9 million on rotation and depth? Just free up half that fucking salary and use it for someone you can bring in to do that. Take his money, and now we got money for a defensive tackle like Ndamukong Suh by adding his $4 million to something, to what we have already. If Suh only wants $6 million, you add another 2 with the 4 that you get from Clelan Farrell by trading him after June 1st. That's all you spending. You know what I mean? There is options. There are options out there for real. That's why I said preseason is going to be a big decision maker. If these guys, if Clelan Farrell does not do shit in preseason, which he's going to play because he's not a starter, unless you think he's a starter. You think he's starting at defensive end? No. Outside linebacker, they said, well, remember he said that on Instagram video, didn't he? That now he's an outside linebacker. But when you go to the position chart that they released, the Raiders released, he is still listed as a defensive end, not an outside linebacker. Now, maybe in a 3-4, you throw him on outside linebacker, but how often are we going to run a 3-4 where he's out there on the field and that? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of questions to ask. A lot of questions. It's all about the structure of the deals. Hey, you're right. That's why I'm looking at the contracts like that for real. That's what it all comes down to. Let me tell you, let me see. I'm gonna make sure with the Clelan Farrell shit though, what his because we had all the numbers. I wanna oh, not that one right here. Yeah, shout out to my guy Sean Johnson. Me and him was chopping it up today, going back and forth over it, and was like, okay, yeah. We don't necessarily have to eat up all the cap space we have with the $20 million. It all depends on if the extensions come through, what are the extensions worth starting this year? Do they kick in next year? Do we have an agreement with them to give them a hefty signing bonus and they take a little hit this year and that's it? There's legal loopholes that the teams can do. They do it all the time. Hold on, I'm about to I want to make sure what Clelan Farrell would free up if he was traded. I think it was 4-point-something million, to be honest. Hold on. Oh, there, I just passed that shit too. Okay, here we go. All right. So Clelan Farrell, his cap number this year is look, Clelan Farrell's making $9.978 million this year. That's rounded off. That's $10 million. If you trade him post June 1st, his dead cap space is $5.2 million. We'll take a hit on that, but it will free up $4.7 million. So almost $5 million Farrell, if you trade him after June 1st, it frees up. That's just how that shit go. So there's opportunity for the Raiders to free up more money if need be for these June 1st, because there's going to be some more releases. Don't just think that what's out there is it and we get the money and go after them. Watch what these other teams do. Watch what we do. If there's a cut that makes sense, they're going to make it. But right now, Farrell, you don't want to cut him. I'm going to tell you to kind of hit. This is what's going to happen if you cut Farrell. So you have to find a trade for him. See, if you cut him, our dead money from Farrell is his full contract, and there will be no cap space. As far as cap savings, it's zero. If you cut Farrell, you have to trade him to get half that contract money available this year, and only take like half of that in dead cap space. I'm gonna tell you who else is zero. Well, we're not gonna do nothing with Daniel Carlson. You keep him. Josh Jacobs. If you cut Josh Jacobs, there is no cap savings from that move at all. It's zero for Josh Jacobs. So he's making $3.7 million this year. We will get hit with dead cap space of $3.7 million with no cap savings if you cut him post June 1st. Now, Josh Jacobs, if you were to trade him post June 1st, watch what happens. Josh Jacobs, like I said, 3.79 is what he's making. If you trade him post June 1st, only 1.6 million is dead cap space, and it frees up 2 million in cap savings. Kenyon Drake making 3.8 million this year. If you trade him post June 1st, Kenyon Drake is dead cap space of 1.1 million, and it frees up 2.7 million. So if you was to trade Kenyon Drake and Jacobs, that will save the team almost $5 million at $4.8 million or $8.7 million under the cap. So him and those two and Clelan Farrell, if you trade those three, there's a lot more money to free up. Man, I'm telling you, there's so many options that this team has right now. Like I said, Clelan Farrell get traded at 4.7. Josh Jacobs get traded, that's of 2.1. So that's 6.8. 6.8 on top of Kenyon Drake's 2.7, 6.8. That's 6.8, that's 9. That's almost $10 million that you will have more if you was trade Clelan Farrell, Josh Jacobs, and Kenyon Drake. All three of those can be traded because we either got somebody ready to take their place or they're just not performing to the potential of their contract. $10 million? Don't you think $10 million can go out there and get you a Darrell Williams? That we strongly need on offensive line? So a Darrell Williams, I'm not saying that he will ask for $10 million. I'm just guessing. I think $10 million for a 1-year deal for him, I that might be something he thinks about. You know what I mean? Compared to getting $10 million elsewhere and paying state income tax. There's a lot of things to factor into this. I'm telling you guys. Oh, Perryman and Good? I got you, Sean. Hey, that's my guy, Sean. Salute to Sean in the chat, man. Me and him, hey, that's my guy right there, man. We be crunching numbers and going back and forth. Okay, so let's look at Denzel Good and Perryman's contract. All right. So, Denzel Good is scheduled to make $3.7 million this season. Oh, now this is a nice one. If you trade, oh shit. Hey, Sean, thank you for giving me this information. Check this out, you guys. If the Raiders were to trade Denzel Good post June 1st, that $3.7 million he's scheduled to make this year, all of it becomes cap space. We get that full contract back this year. And there will be zero dead cap space off of his contract if we trade Good after. So that makes sense. If you got an agreement from Darrell Williams to sign with you, bye-bye, Denzel. That's 3.7, and Clelan Farrell, trade him. You got to pull trades off, though. Okay, let's look at Perryman. Denzel Perryman is scheduled to make $3 million this year. Oh, shit. If you trade Perryman post June 1st, he frees up $3 million in cap space with zero dead money. Oh, my God. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. No, Perryman won't get traded. Not linebacker. But you wait and see, because you never know what you have on this team. Because say, for instance, okay, Perryman's making $3 million, right? I like Perryman. Don't get me wrong. He's the veteran we need. But if another linebacker becomes available post June 1st release and they're out there that's better than Perryman, and you can use his $3 million to help get that player here, there you have it. Because don't forget, McDaniels said it. He said it clear. Anything this team can do to improve at any position, they're going to take a look at it. They are going to take a look at it. So nobody's job is safe unless you just got an extension already. You know what I mean? If you already got an extension, your job is safe because that means they're keeping you here. But if they can upgrade any other position with a potential free agent from being cut post June 1st, because other teams are looking to save money too now. So they might get rid of players that got a hefty contract, not because of their service, not because they underperform, but because of monetary reasons. And to clear some of that cap space, maybe they got somebody on their eyes set on in free agency that they can go get after another team releases them, that they might say, hey, we'll just release so-and-so and go after him. And like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So when this team releases this player to go after this one, that player they released might be something of value to us. It's a domino. It's like, a motherfucker chasing his tail. It's a complete, man, I'm telling you, that shit's going to happen. It happens all the time. We're going to hear that shit tomorrow. We're going to hear that shit Thursday. See, and you're right. You're right, Sean. Hey. Oh, Levitt, look at Levitt's. See, Sean be on his shit, y'all. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna find out. Okay, so let's look at Levitt. What happens to Levitt? Okay, Donald Levitt. Levitt is scheduled to make $2.43 million this year. If you trade him post June 1st, it frees up his whole contract under cap space and with zero dead money. We're not going to get rid of Yasin because he's the same shit. Hopefully he'll pan out and we can pay him and keep him, because it's hard to go find a good corner at a reasonable cost. You know what I mean? Darren Waller ain't going nowhere. That's why they kept talking about trading him, because he'll free up $6.8 million if you trade him post June 1st. Nah, you give him an extension. You double his salary, and that's pretty much all it's going to probably take. Double his salary. He's making $6.8 million. You double that shit, and he should be solid. Between 13, 14 mil, I think he should be good, because he'll be making the same as Njoku, and we know his value is more than Njoku. I don't know what the fuck Cleveland was thinking, giving Njoku all that money like he's just fucking elite. What the fuck? You know what I mean? But hey, sometimes you overpay to keep what you don't have. And if you let him walk and you don't have a tight end, you're going to be searching for a tight end, and God knows how that search is going to turn out. So you keep what you got to keep from having to look for it. You know what I mean? Same with quarterbacks. You keep like everybody say, trade Carr. Fuck that. You trade Carr, then what? Mullins is going to take us to a Super Bowl? Kaepernick? Come on now. Let's keep it 100. You don't get rid of Carr because you might not be able to replace Carr with what Carr gives you right now. So sometimes, did Carr get overpaid? I think Carr worked with the team to make his contract flexible to be able to sign other players, which that's what they're going to start doing now. Renfrow and Waller, I guarantee you, is going to be taken care of. They took care of Max Crosby. They gave a nice fat contract to Chandler Jones. They have money to go out there and add to what we need to take us to that next level. You know what I mean? And Carr, he did his part. And I guarantee you, you give Carr everything, Carr is going to ball out. He will be over 5,000 yards. Easy. Matter of fact, I'll go. This is how far I'm gonna go with Carr plus Adams plus Renfro plus Waller plus a decent, not even decent, a good offensive line. You fix that right side, because that's the only thing that we're all questioning. As the nation, we're questioning the right side of the offensive line at tackle and guard. What the fuck are we gonna do there? Who's gonna win that job? We don't have a clue. But I tell you what, if some way, somehow the Raiders sign Darrell Williams to solidify the right tackle, that right guard spot will play itself out by competition, because everybody's going to fight for that job, because that's the only starting job left open. You know what I mean? Maybe Leatherwood goes back if you get Darrell Williams. You know what I mean? But that's an if. We have to wait and see how we don't know what Ziegler and them got going. But god dang it, I tell you, whatever the hell it is, I guarantee you, we all gonna be popping bottles once they let the news out. Oh, the Raiders signed such and such. What the fuck? We signed who? Hey, it's gonna go that way because it's been going that way all this off season. We never knew anybody that we went and got was coming here. Period. By trade, by free agency, we didn't know shit until after the fact, either Ian Rappaport or fucking busted the news out and was like, oh, the Raiders just signed. I'm like, oh, shit. That's what's going to happen either. It's not going to happen tomorrow. You might get leakage of shit floating in the air that the Raiders will be signing such and such, but they cannot officially sign anyone unless it's with the $5 million we already have. But that $20 million does not become available until June 2nd. So Thursday, we're here Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. You guys, be here tomorrow too, so we can start listening to the rumors. Because like I said, I'm on at 7 a.m. East Coast is at 10. I'm pretty sure and everything in the league goes by New York time. So you figure 6 in the morning on the East Coast, that news is going to start leaking out, and I will be here 7 o'clock Pacific time, a.m., and we're going to discuss everything we're hearing. And anything you guys hear, post it in the chat. We're going to discuss that shit. Oh, yeah. And Thursday, Thursday, we having a big barbecue. Nah, we ain't barbecuing here, but damn it, we're going to talk about this shit that happens. We're going to see if these extensions get announced and free agent signings happen. Because I'm telling you, you do not free up $20 million for no reason and not to spend it. It doesn't make sense. So they freed up that money for a reason. They have their eyes set on somebody. And we're all going to find out at the same time. Because that's when it's going to be announced. I mean, it kind of sucks. We all be like, man, I wish we know what the hell the Raiders going to do. And it's like, the Raiders ain't going to let us know until after it happens. And it's solid because then that way other teams can't get a jump on us and try to offer the same player more money or add incentive, whatever the fuck the little game playing they do. And we know what happens. We know a lot of times these teams be backstabbing each other like it ain't shit. They be backstabbing each other. So they might be knowing that, that team is about to go try to sign such and such. Let's see what they offer and offer more. And if we keep it close, keep it quiet and keep it close to the chest and don't say shit, we might be able to slide in and get that ink on the paper and it's all signed, sealed, and delivered. You feel me? So it's a game they play. The coaches are new. They need to be these players practice. Yes, they do need to see these players practice. You're correct, Two Rings. For real. Oh, you said that the Eagles might want to trade for Farrell? Fuck it. Pull the trigger. For real. If the Eagles want Clelan Farrell, free that money up. Free that money up and go get some people that are proven that we know can come in, whether it's Sue. That'll be I would love that move. You trade Farrell, get his contract, half his contract money available. You add a couple of million to it to get Sue. Your cap that 25 million goes down to 23. Just like that. It only goes down to 23 because you're only taking 2 million to add to the 4 point whatever that Farrell's giving you if you trade him after tomorrow. So now your cap instead of 25 million is 23. You still got money. I'm telling you, there's moves that can still be made, man. Hey, the front office is not dummies. These motherfuckers is playing this shit. Oh, 2 rings. There's always moves to be made. There's always moves to be made. Like I always said, right now, the next phase of this whole free agency is June 1st releases. There's teams that's going to do a lot of cuts. You know what I mean? There's going to be cuts. There's going to be trades. That's when the trades and that money can free up. If you cut them and release them before June 1st, some of these contracts you're stuck with, and it's just dead cap hit. But if you wait post June and trade them, not release them, but trade them, there's money, half that. A lot of times what I'm looking at is half that contract, that money frees up under your cap space. So with that being said, that's one phase of free agency that's still to come tomorrow and Thursday, and past that, August is the next one you keep your eye on. Because don't forget, when you hit August, your roster can only be at 90 players. And every week you got to cut down. So maybe the first couple of weeks, the cut downs are going to be a lot of undrafteds. Shit like that. Shit that you really, you know what I mean? You can grab them, throw them on the practice squad if you felt some kind of way. You know what I mean? But as soon as you get to the last cut of the fucking preseason and you got to get down to 53, you're going to get some big time names released. I promise. You're going to get some names that you're going to be like, oh my God, fucking what's naming them just cut such and such. And if it ain't a cut or release, they're going to try to trade them because they're going to want to get some kind of asset in return. They're going to get a player that the contract is something that they don't want to fuck with, but another team might be able to absorb and also want that player. And see, here's a multitude of different angles of looking at this. You're going to get teams that's going to want the services of that player, regardless of the contract, by getting a trade for him, right? They can absorb it. But then they can also look at it as it's only a 1-year deal. We'll eat that money this year, but when he becomes a free agent, that money frees up to us. You remember they did that? Who made the trade for quarterback and ate the fucking salary? Was it Cleveland? Because they knew that after that 1 year left on that contract, $20 million was going to be freed up. Didn't they eat the contract of a quarterback in a trade? Didn't Cleveland do something like that before? Hey, right on, Sean. Like Sean said, this year you got Renfro, Waller, Carr, who else you said, and Adams. And they're all going to be like just $44 million to the cap this year. Just 44. Because they're going to start kicking in next year. But like I said, we only have $116 million committed to the cap next year. A lot of 1-year deals is going to expire. That's why we didn't pick up 5th-year options. We're not going to commit $8.5 million to fucking Josh Jacobs when Zamir White can do the same shit and he's faster for $705,000. You know what I mean? You just saved almost $8 million by making that swap out. So Ziegler knows what he's doing. Do not fear, you guys. I'm telling you. We may not know what's happening, but once it does happen, we will be informed, and we're going to be like I said, I don't care what they do as long as the moves they make sense. That's all that matters. Does it make sense to release or trade Clelan Farrell, take his salary, add it to a couple of more million, and sign Ndamukong Suh, and still keep majority of your cap space? That makes sense. Does it make sense to go ahead and but Josh Jacobs is White is killing ass in preseason? He's still Josh Jacobs. but he's faster. He has that extra element that Josh Jacobs doesn't have. That's 4.4 flat speed. That means if Zamir White gets through the second level, the potential of taking to the house, that percentage goes up compared to what Josh Jacobs is going to do. Josh Jacobs probably going to get caught from behind. But that's not saying he's a horrible back. It's just we're looking for home run hitters. What do you think Devontae Adams is? Home run hitter. Waller, home run hitter. So they went out and got Zamir White. They're expecting a home run hitter. Especially with an A-gap power blocking offensive line. No longer are we going to do Tom Cable zone blocking shit. We're doing the A-gap power blocking where you get 2 points of contact and the guard pulls, bam, and the fucking back is gone. You know what I mean? The back is gone. And that's what you need, because if fucking Zamir White gets that hole and gets that block, he's gone. Because there's not going to be any safeties in the box. They can't put no safeties in the box against this offense. Are you fucking serious? What, you're going to go man-to-man with Adams? Man-to-man with Waller and Renfro? They're going to eat your ass up. You got to keep those safeties back and protect the top from getting... Hey, a fast receiver at number 2 would be nice. I'm telling you that. Keep your eyes on the number 2 wide receiver spot. I'm still not sold that we have that starter on this team. We have depth at wide receiver, but I still don't believe we have that one guy at wide receiver that this team needs. And I keep mentioning the name Will Fuller. Keep your eye on him. Fast 4.3, what, 4.3, was it 4.35 or 6 or something like that, 40 he was clocked? But you need him. You need him to make these motherfuckers play honest and keep those safeties off the line. Because if they keep them off the line and stack in the box, Zamir White gonna kill it. It ain't gonna matter. That's why Josh Jacobs is expendable, because don't forget, we're changing the offensive blocking scheme. That is a key to the run game. It is made, power blocking is made for the run game. And that's what we got. A motherfucker that can hit the hole and adios. You know what I mean? He's gone. That's all we need. That's all we need. Mick Ziegler. Hey, Fear of the Nation. Mick Ziegler, $9 million. Man, I'm telling you, 5th-year options on Cleveland would have been. See, now look at the 5th-year options. That they know what they were doing. You get rid of that shit. That's money that you don't have to commit now. You can commit that money elsewhere. That money will be free next year, actually, because that's when the 5th years would have kicked in. But not next. Now is not. They didn't pick them up. So all that money comes off the books next year. That's why we're so far under. That's why we're so much under the cap next year. I'm telling you. And you go into the draft with all your draft picks plus more and a whole shitload of money. Watch what they do next year. You think these motherfuckers made something out of nothing this year with the draft picks we were limited with, even though we traded 1 and 2 for Adams. That's fine. But draft capital, we went down to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th round picks. But what they went and got in a draft that ended up becoming deeper than what I think most people expected because of everything being pushed. You know what I mean? Pushed down. We end up getting some quality. We got good value at the picks that we made this year. Wonderful value. And I mean the types of players for what the salary they're going to pay them. Like I said, look at Zamir White. Zamir White, no way in the world, I don't believe, should have been a 3rd round pick, or no, 4th round pick. Shouldn't have been a 4th round pick. But people were suspect of his ACL tears that he had in both knees. But the last ACL tear he had came 4 years ago. The one before it was 5 years. And they say generally they give you a 2-year window after an ACL tear to see how you respond and come back. Once you get out of that 2-year window, you're marked okay. You're fine. He has 4 years since his torn ACL. So I don't know what it was about him that dropped him to the 4th round, but he shouldn't have went 4th round. Not watching this man's tape and seeing his aggressive, his aggressive run style. He runs hard, strong lower body, good vision, breaks first contact, and also has the speed to take it to the house. Are you fucking kidding me? He went in that kind of running back went in the 4th round, and he's only going to make $705,000. That is a steal. That is a bargain. That is a bargain compared to what you would have to give Josh Jacobs, minus the speed. So, man, I'm juiced. I know you guys is juiced. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys this morning for pulling up. We did good numbers. If this is your first time here, this is all I'm asking. All I need you to do, help me get these numbers up, whether it's likes or subscriptions. Last time I checked, I'm at 610. I'm working to 1,000, right? I want as many likes. I want to get the algorithm going with these videos and have YouTube go ahead and, hey, try looking at this shit. You know what I mean? So I need your guys' support and your help. Go ahead, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and knock the hell out of that notification bell so you could be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. I got a lot of new content coming your guys' way this football season. You will not be disappointed, I promise. I'm working very hard at bringing you guys more content besides the live podcast. So we're going to make this a real channel and make it entertaining with real shows as well as interviews and whatnot. We're going the full mile. I'm going the full mile, you know what I mean, for you guys, because you guys deserve it. You deserve content that's Raider related, but doesn't just have to be pigeonholed in the podcast. You know, we all content creators, we all talk about the same news, just difference of opinion. You know what I mean? Our outtakes, our outlooks, we just give it our way. You know what I mean? But I want to add more to it that nobody else is doing, but you guys get to experience this journey as I create this content for you guys. So I thank each and every one of you guys. Like I said, subscribe, hit like, share with a friend. Anybody that's a Raider family a Raider fan in your family, friends, Raider Allegiance. Tell them to come subscribe to Raiders Allegiance. Your host, Lunatic Raider. And man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys' support. You'd be surprised the people that like unsubscribe with some of the videos I had. I had one guy, I posted a link one time to one of the videos on a Facebook group. And this motherfucker had a nerve. A name like Lunatic Raider? Why would I support that? I said, I'm paying homage to the crazy fanatic fans that's been with this team for years. So the Lunatic Raider fits perfect. You know what I mean? Raiders Allegiance, the name itself fits perfect for the nation. We pledge allegiance to the Raiders. That's our team. You know what I mean? That's our allegiances to them. So I felt all the name play and all the words were perfect. But you know, you got some people that don't agree. You know, they want to try to knock you for trying to do something different. But it is what it is. I got you guys. I'm hoping for more people to come feast their eyes on this channel and take part in the camaraderie that we have, the chat conversations. You guys bring up so many good points and are very knowledgeable in your own right. You know what I mean? I'm not the smartest motherfucker. You know what I mean? As far as this Raider shit, but I can learn this shit. I learn the stats as it happens, learn the moves and the trades. That's easy. But to be able to have your opinion on something that carries weight, that matters a lot. For people to hear what I'm saying and be like, hey, them is facts. Hey, good point. That means I'm speaking truth. And we got these motherfuckers in the media that write bad articles on us. Talk about, you know, we're only going to win 6 games or we're bottom of the fucking barrel in our division. And I'm like, we're not going to even focus on that, y'all. I'm bringing positivity to the nation. This is what I bring. I'm bringing a whole different aspect, a whole new look, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a part of this. So like I said, first time here at the channel, Raiders Allegiance, welcome. You're always welcome to come and check us out and correspond in the chats. I appreciate you guys. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold up too much of your time. Good morning to all. Man, may your day be beautiful. May it all be blessed. And wait till tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Raiders Allegiance is the channel. Lunatic Raiders the host. And with that being said, you guys, I'm out.
They're here.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you little